Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum. And it was launched on the 17th of June this year by the Secretary for Information, Communication Technology, Post and Courier Services, Engineer Kutishora. And it was launched at a multi-stakeholder workshop that was held at the Rainbow Towers Hotel in Harare. That workshop was attended by 159 representatives of different stakeholder groups, including government, private sector, civil society, academia, and technical communities. It was well publicized through the local press, and anybody who could have wanted to attend that workshop was free to attend because it was an open workshop. You can move on. Okay, the result of the workshop was a communique which, among other things, agreed to establish the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum effective 17 June 2015. So the Internet Governance Forum was launched on the 17th of June 2015, and it also agreed to set up a multi-stakeholder coordinating team with interim membership to facilitate the finalization of the founding documents for the operationalization of the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum. And it also appointed POTRAZ as the secretariat for the ZIGF. Okay, looking at the relationship between the ZIGF and other IGFs at a global level and regional level. We have, okay, the bottom there, it's not very clear, but we've got the ZIGF multi-stakeholder coordinating team, which interfaces with government, the regulators, the general public, civil society, public sector, and the academia. And any resolutions from the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum can be forwarded to government or regulators, or it can go to the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum, which will then forward it to the Southern Africa Internet Governance Forum, or onward forwarded to the other internet forums like the African Internet Governance Forum and the Global Internet Governance Forum. And through the SADC Secretariat, we also interface with the ICT subcommittee for Southern Africa, and also the ICT Ministers Meeting, or the ICT Council. That's the SADC Council. And we also, at a higher level, it can also interface with the head of states at the SADC Summit. So basically, that's the ZIGF model. We can move on to the next. Okay, the objectives of the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum. One is to advance internet governance issues in Zimbabwe through a multi-stakeholder framework, as well as facilitating partnerships and coalitions that deliver coordinated domestic responses, initiatives and synergies that best promote and protect the nation's position on the internet ecosystem. To increase awareness and build capacity on internet governance issues in Zimbabwe, so as to ensure informed dialogue and policy and related matters between all stakeholders. To establish a coordinated and coherent framework for dealing with internet governance issues in Zimbabwe, and to facilitate the participation of a broad range of stakeholders in internet governance issues, and also to ensure Zimbabwe's views are represented in the Southern Africa Internet Governance Forum, Africa Internet Governance Forum, and the other global organizations like the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, and the Global Internet Governance Forum. Okay, the vision of the ZIGF is we have a vision of a sustainable, secure, stable, open, and robust internet in Zimbabwe, And our mission is to be a Zimbabwean world-class platform for multi-stakeholder policy dialogue on prevailing and emerging issues on internet governance. Moving on, we now look at the structure of the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum. The forum comprises of a public forum, which meets once a year, and we propose to have our next meeting sometime in October, and you all welcome. I'm sure it will be well publicized, and all those who are interested can attend. We also have an advisory group known as the Multi-Stakeholder Coordinating Team, and the Secretariat is the main institutional bodies of the ZIGF. The Multi-Stakeholder Coordinating Team, the membership for that is drawn from the government, the public sector, the private sector, civil society, academia, and the technical communities. And if you look at the composition of each of the stakeholder group representations, for government, representation will be drawn from government ministries, regulatory authorities, the legislature, and defense and security and law enforcement agencies. The private sector representation will come from the ICT industry groups, commerce, manufacturing industry groups, bankers, associations, and small to medium enterprises. And civil society will be represented through consumer groups, representatives of the disabled, youth, women, religious groups, legal groups, the media, children, and rights groups. The academia representation will come from scholars and research scientists, and technical representation will come from mobile network operators, fixed network operators, internet access operators, internet service providers, domain name system managers, and the internet exchange point operators. What are the functions of the multi-stakeholder coordinating team? The first one is to oversee, facilitate, coordinate, and ensure smooth and effective organization, convening and follow-up of all activities related to the ZIGF, to promote, encourage, and strengthen dialogue and communication between all internet stakeholders in Zimbabwe, to explore the mobilization of resources necessary to promote participation in and convening of the ZIGF, to promote awareness of the ZIGF, and to prepare, publish, and disseminate the proceedings of the ZIGF and maintain good flow of information among all parties. You can proceed. And we also there to the vital link between the ZIGF, SciGIF, AFGIF, and the global IGF and other relevant regional, continental, and international structures to establish and maintain good working relations with other national IGFs and regional actors, to facilitate participation by Zimbabweans in the regional, international, and global IGF activities, to review the terms of reference of the ZIGF multi-stakeholder coordinating team every two years, and as and when it may be required. And we also convene the ZIGF meetings and develop and maintain active email lists and website to provide updated ZIGF related information. We're also there to set up a dispute resolution mechanism within the ZIGF. Okay, looking at the functions of the Secretariat, it is there to provide administrative, logistical, and organizational support to the ZIGF. It assists in the MCT to develop strategies on sustaining the ZIGF process. It acts as a knowledge management hub of the ZIGF experiences, best practices, knowledge, expertise, needs, and resources. And it also convenes ZIGF meetings and develops and maintains active email lists and websites to provide updated ZIGF-related information. National funding options for the ZIGF. Basically, we're looking at funding through donations. And these donations, we look at the government, the regulatory agencies, the private sector, grants from organizations active in the internet space, and also from individuals. Basically, that's the presentation on our plans as the Zimbabwe Internet Governance Forum. I thank you.